sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada, where the torch, in honor of the legendary owner Al Davis, has just been lit, as is tradition before kickoff at Allegiant Stadium, just off the Strip in Las Vegas. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get the preseason started. And off we go from Vegas. And he'll get this up past the 20, but that's it. Good way to start the game for the special teams. The offense has a long field on drive one. It is season 11 for the man bringing out the Cardinals offense, Jacoby Brissett. Originally drafted by the Patriots in 2016. Cardinals now his 6th NFL team.
And, Mike, here's a quarterback that just continues to show up. Now, he might show up in a different uniform every season, but, man, he just continues to show up. He plays steady ball, and teams and coaches know they can trust him, right? He's the guy that you can turn to when your season hasn't gone according to plan, or your starting quarterback is out for an extended period of time. And, you know, throughout his long career, he's continued to be a reliable backup. He's been a starter, and he's just a really good teammate and a trustworthy quarterback.
They'll try again after the incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. They put Wilson in motion. We're set to throw on 2nd down. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard, sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
The coverage right there, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time. And it's going to be 4th down. So on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. Oh! And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So the Raiders offense comes out, and this is the new home of Kirk Cousins, signed back in April. Now, 15 years in the season. He turned 38 before the season started.
You know, Mike, I think for a team that maybe there's not a lot of high expectations, and a quarterback like Kirk Cousins who's maybe fallen out of favor in league circles over the last year ago, some due to injury, things didn't really work out the way they planned in Atlanta. I'm actually kind of excited to see how this plays out. I think Kirk Cousins has a lot to prove. I think he still has a lot of really good ball left. And him and Clint Kubiak together in Las Vegas, I think we're going to see a little bit of that Kirk Cousins from Minnesota type play, and that's certainly what they're looking for.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Cousins. Open man. That's Trey Tucker. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Raider first down.
At the 48-yard line.
Bowers, the man in motion. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Mac Wilson on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cardinals' 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
A gain of 10
It'll be a
yards.
pickup of 10.
And the
First down, Vegas.
First down.
Mike, when you look at this Raiders offense, you know, something they were badly in need of was playmakers, and especially at the wide receiver position, out on the perimeter. So they go out, they get Jalen Naylor. Never had over 500 yards in a season, but more of a role player in Minnesota. So I think if you're Las Vegas, you're thinking, okay, get him out from behind some really good players in Minnesota, and maybe he can have a breakout point in his career with us. Not much there this time, Mike, and I'll tell you, you don't want to open your quarterback up to too many of these unnecessary hits. I mean, this isn't a gotta-have-it play. This isn't a critical third down or a red zone try. Like, you want to save these plays for when the game's on the line, because if not, you're opening yourself up to some big hits on meaningless plays. He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find a throwing lane, and it sets up 4th down.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Cardinals offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. And, Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
You know, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
Out of the backfield, it's Jeremiah Love. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They put Wilson in motion. On play action, Brissett. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
To number 14, Michael Wilson. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to get this down very close to the 1st down marker. Maybe a few inches short, however. So decision time coming up. It's 4th down.
But it's
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself. But they were able to rally to the ball. And I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
They'll try it now. It's Love. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance, and it paid off. 1st and goal coming up.
Yeah, and a nice run there. And, you know, during the offseason, I think a lot of experts, Mike, they said Jeremiah Love, he might be the best overall player in the draft. And, you know, pretty clear that the Cardinals thought he was, taking him 3rd overall, making him the highest drafted running back since Saquon Barkley.
He'll get a yard or two to the 8. Second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Second and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Here's a designed run. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
So, on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals will take a 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. In motion, Naylor. Now Cousins on the bootleg. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 7.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He's got his man. That's Besh. He's going to have the 1st down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Play action now. It's Cousins. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Good start to this drive so far. Another 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
2nd and 10. They'll run it straight ahead now with Gentry. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Tackle there by Matt Wilson.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throwing now, Cousins. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Brissett. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
That's Harrison in motion. Now, Love. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg, here's Brissett. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Initially, when the quarterback looked his tight end's way, I thought he had a chance for a big pickup. He had nice separation there early. Let's give credit to the defense. They were able to rally quickly to the ball and keep that from being an even bigger game.
And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
And with the ball on your side of the 50, if they didn't pick it up there, I think it would have been really interesting, Mike, to see if they would have thought about going for it on 4th down. I think they would have, but I guess we'll never know because he's able to pick up the 1st down anyway.
Love going to take it on the zone read. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun is Brissett. This one complete to Bourne. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
A 2-yard gain.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
This is 3rd and 6. Now it's Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone, and it's a touchback. As the Raiders go back out on offense, there's a look at the Cardinals defensive coordinator, Nick Rawlis. Nick, in Season 4, heading up this Arizona defense. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Well, save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And we're not going to have another snap here. First quarter will come to an end. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football as they've got it with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Cousins. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Genty. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got the golden domer. That's Michael Mayer. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a 1st down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
He brings this to about the 26-yard line. Josh Sweat there on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And he is upended. Boy, awkward-looking tackle. They take him down behind the line on that one.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Bowers, the man in motion. Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He was looking for Jack Besh that time.
It's 4th down.
And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense ready to get back to work. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Brissett gonna throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brissett. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Bowers, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, Cousins. The throw on the run is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Want to save some of those from the regular season. That's a 1st down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. That's left side to Tucker. He's close to a 1st down. To gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
At the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 1. Run right up the gut with Genty. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Pressure all around him, and down he goes. Roy Lopez getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot. Here's A.J. Cole now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Cards offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. That's Harrison in motion. They'll go play action here with Brissett. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Couldn't connect with Trey McBride, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
On 2nd down, it's Brissett. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Gain of about 10, so that'll help as they get set to face a 3rd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
He'll try to pick it up with Love. And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the 1st down.
Job well done right there. 3rd and inches. You don't want to chop or step or go east and west. You're just trying to hit this thing downhill as hard as possible, run right at the defense, and he doesn't get a whole lot, but he does get the 1st down.
McBride is the motion man. Now Brissett throwing on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
So it's clear what the offense is trying to do there, Mike. They're trying to get as many guys into the deep layers of the coverage as possible, sending guys vertical on their routes, but you have to have a clock. It's a fine line between hunting big plays and stressing your protection.
To throw is Brissett. Open man there. It is Bourne. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike. But listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
3rd, they need 8. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. On the return is Tucker. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Ashton Genty and this Raiders offense coming back out for their next turn with the ball. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now Cousins on the bootleg. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Walter Nolan. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. 2nd and long coming up. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Raider first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
First and 10. Now, Cousins. The pressure gonna cave in on him. He will go down.
A loss of 7.
Roy
Brings
Lopez
up second
in
and
there to
17
drop him that time.
at the 44-yard
It's a
line.
loss of 7. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Cousins. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
On second down, Genty. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Josh.
Now, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Now facing third down and 10. In motion, Naylor. To throw is Cousins. He'll get this out wide. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. And here's Brissett. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. And this will be incomplete. Trying to find Marvin Harrison Jr.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
On second down, here's Love. And some good blocking, springing up. A gain of 9 line as we get to third down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controls the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down.
That's just a great job defensively, Mike. Here's a chance they have to get off the field. They sell out for the run. They know it's coming, and they're able to force a fourth down.
Here's their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Raiders offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
And they won't get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. Man in motion here is Tucker. 2nd down, Cousins. Open man is Besh. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
That's caught left side by Bowers. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 11 yards on the connection there. 1st down, Vegas.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing is Cousins. Taking a shot downfield. That's caught. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Genty. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the game to only 1. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. This will be 2nd and 9. Man in motion here is Tucker. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. The extra point by Gay is good, and the Raiders move out in front 13-3. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. Operating from the gun is Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Arizona will take its first time out. Clock will stop. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break.
And a yard at the 46-yard line.
So they have it 2nd and 1. Brissett gonna throw. And he's not gonna be able to escape the rush here. He goes down. Card's gonna signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
3rd and 8.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Brissett. And they're going to get him for a second time. He goes down again.
A 10-yard loss on the play. And it's 4th down. Blake Gillikin in punt formation for the
So,
Cardinals.
halftime, straight ahead. And we'll send it to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Bowers, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Genty. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6.
It's
Second down.
Of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now the rookie out of Arkansas, here is Mike Washington. They had that play dialed up defensively, stopped him in the backfield. Loss of a yard.
A loss of 1.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Raider first down.
A gain of 17 yards.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Quick throw here is complete. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough with the chains. First down.
A gain of 6.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
In motion, Besh. They'll run, and this is Dylan Lowby. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. We're going to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
That's another.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in, and that'll go down as an incompletion.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Trying to push his way to the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get there. Stopped by the defense. That's a loss of a yard.
A loss of 1.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Big strides. Look at him go. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately, He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders will extend this third quarter lead.
20, Cardinals 3.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And really, he has not produced a whole lot of highlights as we thought about coming in, that he could be a featured back in this one. Instead, no running lanes, no room to operate, stuck at the line of scrimmage, and generally taking this offense out of its flow. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. McBride is the motion man. On 1st down, Brissett. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Throwing on 2nd down, Brissett. He'll get this off to Love. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
That's Harrison in motion. This one down the field, but will wind up incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Hunt team out there for a 5th time, and this one's away. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over possession of the football. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Cousins gonna throw. He'll look middle, and it's caught by Beck. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. They're going to run out of the gun. It is Washington. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a 1st down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a first down.
Las Vegas.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike. That's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
Stay on the ground with Washington. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line. And next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Cousins now on second down. And he just does manage to get rid of this one. Hounded by the defense. They nearly got him. Incomplete, setting up third down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Cousins out of the gun on third down. The defensive pressure was stifling, forced him to throw it away, and it brings up fourth down.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. This defense knows they gave him one, and they let him off the hook.
Gay's kick is good. And the Raiders will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
That's Harrison in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Open man there. It is Bourne. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. On the ground, it's Love. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a first down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
On the RPO, it's a throw, and it's Higgins. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but They're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They'll keep it on the ground, and here's Love. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
At the 32-yard line.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. It just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
On 3rd down, they go with Love. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
This one completes to Bourne.
Complete.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he's in. Jeremiah Love. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Arizona.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Chad Ryland now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Cardinals are able to cut into the deficit.
23, Cardinals 10.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Lobby now to return it. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Raiders offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field, and he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. So now they'll pitch it out here. Defense all over that one. They'll come up with a stop, and it's no gain.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Second down, Washington. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Oh, how about the coverage there? Nowhere to go with the football. He just throws it away. It brings up 4th down.
All right, so in these 3rd and short, 3rd and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have 4th down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, Just brings up a challenging fourth down decision.
This is taken at the 25. Oh, looked like he may have had a seed for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Cards offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll go play action here with Brissett. He'll get this out to Algiers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Second and 5 at the 45-yard line.
On play action, Brissett. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Trying to claw their way back into this one, and that'll help. It's a first down.
And a Cardinal
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
That's Harrison in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Brissett. Right back to Harrison. He's got him again. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Second and 1 at the Raiders' 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's second down and a yard. Here's Love. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5. First down, Arizona.
Here is Brissett. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Couldn't connect with Trey McBride, and that'll bring up second down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this?
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. That's another sack. Max Crosby. He's able to force the big loss on the sack. And it sets up 3rd and 1. Now it's Brissett. As he throws, that one will fall to the turf, and it's incomplete. The pressure too much to get away from that time. Good 3rd down stop, and it sets up 4th down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. On the ground, Washington to start this drive. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Cody Simon in on the stop.
27-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Cousins. He'll get that to Mike Washington. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. Third down and 3 coming up. In motion, Naylor. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one caught by Beck. A gain of 14. Good way to start the fourth quarter with a first down.
That's good for a Las
So often we
Vegas
see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get
First and
very
10 at the
conservative,
47-yard
especially in the fourth
line.
quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
They go play action with Cousins. Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
On the handoff, this is Washington. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a first down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
A throw right side, taken in by Tucker.
Complete to Trey Tucker. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Cousins. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find a throwing lane, and it sets up 4th down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
47-yard attempt.
Hayes' kick is good, and the Raiders add on to their lead.
That's just a really good drive here in the second half, and you understand what the situation calls for. You have the lead, second half, continue to control the clock, continue to convert and get fresh sets of downs, come away with points, and just try to continue to extend this lead.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Cardinals offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Reset quickly to Harrison, and he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Operating from the gun is Brissett. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath, but give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
They put Wilson in motion. On third down, they'll throw with Brissett. And he'll throw this one away. Incomplete. Receivers blanking it everywhere he looked. To bring up a fourth down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
We'll send out the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Man in motion here is Tucker. Cousins now to throw on first down. He gets this one to Tucker. And he's taken down up past the 35. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a first down. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the Cardinals' 45-yard line.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Here's the handoff to Washington. That would qualify as an angry rush. Powering his way forward. A pickup of 7.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Now a 3rd and 2. That is caught out wide on the RPO, and he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Off the play fake. Here's Cousins. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And that will lead to a second down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
That one knocked away. In the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up third down now. Cousins now. They'll get it to Bowers on the screen. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
Nice job here by the defense. They understood this quarterback is looking to push this ball downfield past the line to gain, and he's got no choice but to check it down short to the tight end, rally tackle, and brings up fourth down.
Gay's kick is good. And the Raiders will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. On the ground, here is Love to begin this drive. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Finding space at the 40. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a first down.
Desperation time now setting here in the fourth quarter. This is where the urgency of your 2-minute offense is so critical. How many plays can you run and how fast can you run them? Because one score is not going to do it. You're going to have to score and get the ball back and end up going down and punching it in again.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
I remember being around a lot of really good high-level linebackers, and what they used to say, Mike, is we're not going to guard the check down, but we're going to punish the check down, especially if that running back's going to catch the ball with his back facing the defense. They're saying, you might catch it, but we are going to make you pay every single time. And I know he's got a few catches throughout the course of the game, but they're continuing to be physical with him, and they're going to make it more and more challenging.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
This will be 3rd and 8. Keeping it in the air. Here's Brissett. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
He isn't able to secure that grab through the contact, and they're quickly running out of possessions to get back into this game, Mike. I mean, their chance to come back was already slim to none, but slim might have went just out the window as that ball hit the turf.
The Raiders offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Run up the middle, and that's Washington. And boy, tough to bring down there, fighting forward for a gain of 7.
He's taken down at the
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Cousins now on 2nd down. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Hit as he throws. That one will fall to the turf, and it's incomplete. The pressure too much to get away from that time. Good 3rd down stop, and it sets up 4th down.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
That's taken in.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Come to the line now for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Throw right side is taken in by Beck. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Gain of 14 yards.
That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight. And it gives the team a 1st down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. On 1st and 10, it's Washington. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Man in motion here is Tucker. Now Cousins on the bootleg. He's got it inside the 5. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Here's Washington. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
3rd and goal. In motion, Besh. On 3rd and goal, they'll run for it. And he cannot get free, only a yard to the 3, forcing 4th down.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Gay's kick is good. And the Raiders will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Cardinals 13.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Cardinals offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Wilson was the intended target.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Quick throw there, and the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It is a big gain for Arizona. 39 yards.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
Michael Wilson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, center leads him up for 2nd and 5. Throwing again, Brissett. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. That's another sack. For Michigan man, Quiddy Hay in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down. To throw is Brissett. Catch made, right side by Wilson. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing...
And he's going to go down! The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Raiders offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now it's the veteran, Dario Ogunbowale. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
First down.
Here's a case of an offense just
1st and 10
piling
at
on.
the
You're really
46-yard
imposing your
line.
will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Straight ahead is Washington. And he is buried in the backfield. Loss of a couple.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other